It's physical. Every game is competitive. Every game is going to demand your all. It's like an all-out war out there.
The men dominating a demanding schedule.
Teams we played early on and the chemistry we built, I think that gives us an advantage.
The women acing every test with an undefeated record to show for it.
Our goal is to be a little bit better, build on what we've been working on each day, each practice.
This is UConn Huskies Unleashed, sponsored on WFSB and The Wax by the personal injury law firm of Riscassi & Davis.
Good evening and welcome to a special holiday edition of UConn Unleashed.
Tonight we are talking all about the men's and women's basketball teams.
Plus an extended sit down with Andrea Hurley, who gives a lot of insight into the early years.
And then we're going to wrap this thing up with some lighthearted holiday cheer. But first, let's get right into it. We're about 1/3 of the way through the season, and both teams are off to a dominating start. The men are ranked 5th in the country. They have an 11-1 record. The women are ranked number 1, and they're a perfect 11-0.
And we've all talked about the challenging schedule the men put together before the Big East games began. They put up an impressive 10 wins in the first 11 games.
That's right. They beat 7th-ranked BYU, 13th-ranked Illinois, and defending national champs and 18th-ranked Florida. Those wins get UConn ready for tough play in the Big East, and they also improve their strength of schedule position, which is important for seeding in the NCAA tournament. And the Huskies got all this done while freshman Braylon Mullins and Terrace Reed Jr. missed games with injuries. They are one of the top defensive teams in the country, but their rebounding and free throw shooting will need to improve if they expect to end up in Indianapolis at the Final Four.
Yeah, we're locked in on ourselves as areas we've got to get better. Rebounding has been not what championship teams do. Our ball screen defense has not been what championship teams do. We've turned the ball over at a level that championship teams don't, and we don't have a killer instinct. So those are the things that we're focused on.
Well, by any measure, the UConn men have put up an impressive resume to start the season.
And we asked the radio play-by-play voice of the Huskies and a former Husky-turned-TV analyst if the start of the season went as they expected.
I think it was a little better because they didn't have Terrace Reed for 5 games and they didn't have Braylon Mullins for 6 games. So without 2 legitimate starters being able to play at all, UConn winning 10 out of 11 games, that's a pretty good start. So the key is, can Terrace Reed stay healthy, get healthier, become 100%, and can Braylon Mullins get in that groove where he's confident without thinking about playing basketball? Because if he can, he's going to be a dynamic shooter.
It does remind me of the national title teams, the way they're built. You know, you bring in 5-star, student athletes from high school. You bring in, I call it, you play Portal Combat and you win, and they are winning. Yeah. And then you retain players, winners. And Coach Hurley's done an amazing job of those 3 things.
When you've just gone through the gauntlet of non-conference games, it's hard to imagine anything more difficult coming up in the Big East. And in fact, the Big East is really down right now.
Yeah, a lot can happen between now and then, but the traditional Big East powerhouse teams like Creighton and Marquette are depleted, really affecting UConn's opportunities to get any quality wins.
So this is according to the rankings. The 2 best teams in the Big East, other than the Huskies right now, Seton Hall, St. John's, really. The Huskies face Seton Hall to Newark, New Jersey. That's on January 13th. Then again on February 28th for a home game at Gampel. UConn meets St. John's at Madison Square Garden in New York City, February 6th, and then February 25th at People's Bank Arena in Hartford. All right, the UConn women, I mean, really, how else do you say it? They have cruised through the first part of their schedule. Now, other than the Michigan game, UConn has won every game by more than 30 points.
Yeah, Sarah Strong and AZ Fudd leading the team. Both are up for Player of the Year honors and All-Americans. Sarah Williams, the transfer from Wisconsin, has slowly transitioned into the dominant inside force for UConn. Freshman Blanca Quinones has been spectacular. She has been first off the bench, contributing with speed, court sense, and a solid 3-ball threat. KK Arnold has taken the lead at point guard. Ashlyn Shade doing everything good enough to justify her position as one of the starting 5. The only downside, of course, Ice Brady has been out with an injury, but UConn's depth covering her absence up fairly well, though Gino says the amount of talent actually presents its own challenge.
Well, there's not enough minutes. That's just the bottom line. I mean, if there was 48, it might be a little bit easier. If you had less players, it would be a little bit easier. But, the situation we find ourselves in, there just aren't enough minutes for everybody who you'd like to get minutes for. So you do the best you can.